Ooh, hello there, my fellow miners and crafters. Good times with Scar here, and welcome back to the wonderful worlds of hermits and crafting. Why does that look so funny? I'm basically just running through the air. We're walking on sunshine. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh, I don't know. I could stare at that all day. That is amazing. But anyway, whoa, that's a big moon. It's as big as the mountain now. It just gets bigger every day. Anyway. In our last episode, we built this massive new shop in Waggy. Oh, it's starting to get a little wiggly again here. Oh, the earthquakes are still here. Anyway, this massive shop is now open. I've got the interior done. I'll show it to you in just a minute because it is pretty cool. And we wrapped up the landscaping around there. But I am super excited to say that we are finally going to work on Grian's alley in an alleyway. That's right. It's an alley in an alleyway. And I'm not sure how I land. How do we land, by the way? Is this the express route? Oh my gosh, it's just as slow. It's just as slow. But anyway, here is Grian's alley within an alley that we are going to work on. And it's going to be a spooky and it's going to be a mysterious alley. And I've got some wild ideas for this that I think you guys are going to absolutely love. And yeah, I'm super excited to start building. And that is one enormous moon. And as a mooner, I would know. I am now levitating now, just floating up into the air and gracefully falling in front of our cult. That is right. In our last episode, we joined a cult and it was super, super fun. I don't know if I've ever been a part of a cult before, but so far it's been fun. There has been a lack of refreshments, I'll tell you that right now. But anyway, I mentioned that as a mooner, we should kill B-dubs because he keeps sleeping. And you know, the rest of the mooners can't do their moon worshipping and things along those lines. And then I started thinking about it, and I do now believe that B-dubs is responsible for Giant Moon. That's right. Why, you may ask? Well, let me tell you. And my evidence stands as who lives in a giant moon under the moon. And that is B-dubs. B-dubs big eyes over here living in this moon. Somehow he has angered the moon and now he sleeps away the night. So there is no evidence that the moon was getting bigger and or coming closer to the world. That's right. That's my evidence. And that is why he needs to be sacrificed. Ever since I came over here, I have got the SpongeBob SquarePants song stuck in my head. You know how it goes? Who lives in a pineapple under the sea? SpongeBob SquarePants. Now I've got it as who lives under the moon in a moon? B-dub square eyes, B-dub square eyes. Oh man, I probably should sleep more. I'm losing my mind. Floating back to the swaggin' like Mary Poppins, we have now got the interior and the landscaping complete around our brand new swaggin' shop, which makes me super, super excited. Now, hey, creeper, please leave me alone. Please don't blow up my wagon, please, and especially the landscaping. Okay, we're good. We're good. And as always, we make our shops very accessible and easy to find for the hermits and also very safe. But let's pop up to the top here and you can see it's very mechanical, very steampunk. And yeah, I absolutely love the interior now. So of course, we are selling gravel, terracotta, sand, and things along those lines. And we'll be able to put those in these chests here. We also have the fun little minecart bouncing back and forth. Now, payments go in this chest right here. And yeah, I think that came out really, really cool. Wanted to stop here and let you... Oh, hold on, guys. Hold on. We got another tremor coming in. Hold on tight. Okay, apparently we can hold on as tight as we want, but we're going to levitate because the gravity... it's a little finicky, but as I was saying, guys, there is still a limited time to snag some swag from the Swaggin' Wagon. And look at all these shirts, hats, and water bottles with the beautiful Swaggin' logos on it. That's my favorite, the oxidized sweatshirt. And a close second is, of course, Jelly in a hat. And I just want to thank you guys so much for the support on this. It means an absolute ton. I'm so glad you like it. Can't wait to see you guys get it. Remember, the link in the description is still available for a limited time. You know what the official snack of the Mooners should be? It should be moon pies. You know those cakes that are kind of like a cookie center and then they've got some marshmallows, some chocolate? That should be our official snack because there is a lack of refreshments here and it is quite disturbing. Anyway, I made B-Dub's altar of death. So we have this ladder. We're going to lure him up here to this bed where he'll get the greatest night's sleep of his life under the moonlight above cooling flames to keep your body at an optimal temperature. And of course, we have white noise here, this water rustling down to keep your mind at ease. But no, we're actually just going to break this and he'll die and the moon will be happy. And the mooners will congratulate me for being the best mooner for saving the server. It's a win-win for everyone. And now it is time to head over to Grian's here to start working on the spooky back alley here in his base. And I've got to be honest with you, I have had not a lot of time to do some mock-ups and test builds and even share my plans with Grian, which he must have a lot of trust in me to do this without giving him any knowledge of what I'm going to do. Would you trust me with your base? Let me know in the comments, would you trust me? But as you know, I've been dealing with some severe medical issues over the last few months, and especially the last few weeks have put me in the hospital and a lot of appointments and tests, and that just takes away all my time to making videos, sadly. And we only have a day and a half to work on this video until that repeats itself next week. So what I want to do here is just relax. Take all that real life stress and just wash it away. And I want you to do the same as you're watching the video. You take all the stresses of real life and you just let it float away. And we're just going to have some fun here in this blocky world, creating a spooky back alley for Grian. And doesn't that sound amazing? It does for me. I already feel slightly less stressed. I am a rocket ship flying amongst the cosmos. Doesn't it look like we're a spaceship flying through space with all the stars up there? I am far too easily distracted, but I did get the layout done for our alleyway below, and it's given me so much inspiration for what I want to do with it, especially the scale and the general vibe if we can stand on our 2 feet there. Oh no, we're actually going to now float in the air because apparently we have lost gravity here on Hermitcraft. I've been told it's perfectly fine, good for the digestive system. The only problem is the earthquakes. Make you queasy. I feel like we're all gonna die. Nobody else seems to have that same feeling. Back to our alleyway. As you can see, the kind of the looping nature of it really gives it a fun meandering feel to it. And I've got lots of cool ideas on where the shops and facades are gonna go. Now I wanna put a really cool build in the back here as the anchor. And if you remember when we talked to Grian about this, the only idea that I had for the alley was the color palette. I wanna build things that are fairly dark in nature, you know, black concrete, coal, black wool, things like that. And then we make it pop with neon. And that's where I'm going to leave it. I'm going to build one building right here, and hopefully this will then be the anchor and establish the design for the rest of the alley. I'm not entirely sure if we made a spooky building or Aquaman's house. But I really like it. I think it came out nice. You can kind of see what I mean by having that darker base structure and then having the kind of the neon like pop of all of the color come to, oh gosh, together. Okay, Moon, I get it. I'm gonna bring B-dubs to the sacrifice pit. When he gets on, he's getting sacrificed. But yeah, I think it came out really, really cool. It gives me just like almost chills of excitement to see the rest of this alleyway come together. I also have some other ideas for this alleyway to make it more than just a cool build. Oh, that looks super cool. And as you can see, Aquaman's house is looking better and better. I think it just needed an extra layer of lighting to really make the green pop. And as you can see, we've got ourselves a big old honking copper door here. Now, I'd like to add a little bit of weathering to the door just to give it a little bit more texture and a little bit more detail. And I've got the copper there oxidizing, and I think that will look really cool coming down the sides of the build there. Now, I've got some good news for you. Oh, okay, Moon. I'm gonna tell them. Moon. Oh, okay. B-dubs is on. It's time to sacrifice him. Speak of the devil, there he is. What in the world? What is he doing? No.
Wait, hey!
No, hold on. It's real bouncy. Oh, it's real bouncy.
Oh, what?
Oh my gosh, B-dubs. I was just going to find you. Whew.
Oh, you got my bed by accident.
It was not by accident.
It wasn't by accident.
No, B-dubs. Okay. I don't know if you know the good word on the street here on Hermitcraft, but there's a new social club called the Mooners. And my job here at the Mooners is to spread the good word of sleep.
Love sleep.
Oh, now, B-dubs, if you follow me this way, we have a sleeping shrine for our only best sleepers.
Seriously? Scar!
Oh, it did it again.
Okay. You feel that too?
Oh, I feel it, and we're going to fix it right now. I mean, we're going to show you a good time, B-dubs. Great time over here.
I'm really happy that finally somebody's taking some initiative and showing some appreciation for the sleeping around here.
B-Dubs, I don't know if you know, but here at the Mooners, you are our idol. You are our idol.
I'm flattered.
You bring the Mooners so much happiness, knowing that you're always out there, you're sleeping, and you're bringing a better tomorrow. A great, big, beautiful tomorrow. Every time you close those big, beautiful eyes. Welcome to the Mooners Sleeping HQ.
Oh, that symbol looks familiar.
It's a beautiful moon, isn't it?
I love it. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Oh, this is so nice. May I?
Oh, of course. Come on in. Come on in. And here's the bed up here. Look at it.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, it's like a bed statue.
Oh, well, I mean, it's a sleep shrine after all. So let me tell you the benefits of this. So first of all, the bed is yellow and it helps bring out those melatonin vibes in your brain, having the nice yellow light.
Next, I didn't know that.
Now it's currently not working at the moment, but there's supposed to be water here. There we go. Water flowing. Nice. Feel the soothing of the water as white noise in the background.
Oh, yes.
Feels good, doesn't it?
That feels nice, yeah.
Feels very good. So over here, you'll notice there are flames. These are cooling flames. Think of it as a cooling mattress. Regulates your body temperature when you're sleeping. So if you work your way up here, I'm going to start reading you a bit of a bedtime story about a sweet prince.
You are?
Yeah. Once upon a time, there was a sweet prince who went on a cosmic journey. And on his cosmic journey, he brought back many treasures, but one amongst them all was his favorite. And it was a little moon that he found in a moon nest.
Wait a second. Hold on.
Why don't you start sleeping and I'll keep reading about you stealing, about the sweet prince stealing the moon. But, you know, sweet prince took something that didn't belong to him. And now, well, he'll learn his lesson by sleeping right now.
Sleep?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sleep.
No, I'm the prince?
No, you're not the prince. You're
You're
the other sweet prince.
Why is my bed shaking?
Sweet, beautiful moon, I call upon you as I have burnt the thief, the man who stole your child. He is burning in the flames of celestial moon dust. Please leave Hermitcraft alone and return to your celestial orbital kingdom.
Look at the size of the moon.
I know, Mr. Moon Stealer.
What? Moon Stealer?
Yeah, it's my theory.
I didn't know about this.
Yeah, it's my theory that you stole the moon. You're living in it. Now the big moon's coming to get its child back.
That could be possible.
It's very possible. That's why I sacrificed you in the altar of the moon.
You think that'll fix it?
Do you want to do it again just for good measure? Or are you good, you think?
I think we should do it again.
Let's do it again. Do it again.
All right, just in case.
Just in case.
You never know.
Wait a second. Wait.
Huh?
You didn't know the moon was so big?
No, I had no idea.
All right, well, hop up in there.
I sleep every night.
That is true. The thing is, B-Dubs, I thought you were trying to sleep so you wouldn't, expose the evidence of you stealing the moon and the moon coming to get its child.
No, I don't think so. Here.
Throw it. No. Well, that was 2 sacrifices, and clearly the moon is no smaller, and it is ever growing closer, along with our jump boost and all this nonsense. So, yeah, I think our theory was more of a fairy tale rather than a sound, actual, factual, scientifical theory. So, yeah. Still a cool story, by the way. The Sweet Prince going to get the moon. I like that. Well, I thought I saved Hermitcraft and was the best mooner possible by sacrificing B-Dubs to the flames, but sadly, that theory, as I said, was only a fairy tale and not factually scientifically sound. So we are back here at the alley, the giant moon above and the slow fall here. We're going to figure out something about this by the end of this episode, but we need to start building now. And what we're going to do is we're going to use this, as I said before, as a blueprint to expand out the alleyway. Not to say that we're going to use the same colors or shapes, but it's just the grounding anchor of the alleyway that we can use for inspiration. And boy, do I have some really cool ideas now for all sorts of little shops and details here and there. Now, as for this alleyway, besides just being, an alleyway, I might turn it into a black market and sell all of Korean's things for cheap. Sell everything that G-Train is selling, but for cheaper. I mean, it is a spooky back alley, seedy underbelly of his base. I mean, it just fits, doesn't it? But anyway, let's hit the time lapse. Let's get this thing all built and ready to go. And yeah, I am pumped to see how this ends up turning out. end of super fast build mode. I am so tired of floating in the air and being shooken up here. Oh man, that moon is getting on my nerves, but welcome back. And our little spooky black market / black magic alleyway is starting to take shape. Now, as we go through here, there's a small caveat that this is not quite done yet. And think about it as going through a Disneyland ride with the lights on. It kills the vibe, the ambiance. None of the show scenes are installed. The animatronics are off, things along those lines. But I also need a name for this alleyway. So in the comments, let me know what the name should be and we'll pick the best one. So as we walk through here, you can see all the incredible buildings and designs. And I like to think of this one as the Halloween shop. You can see all the organic nature of the buildings kind of falling apart and being hoisted up and held up. We've got little cranes up here. We've got some mushrooms there. And you'll notice that some of the windows don't have their backdrops yet. They will have them eventually. And then we have this really prominent, like beautiful window that, I don't know, you picture like an armor stand scene or a mob or something in these two windows. There's another one right there, and there's fun little spots like this. It's just a little staircase that leads up to another set of doors, and this truly just does give it more depth because it leads literally nowhere at this point. Eventually it'll go somewhere, but it just adds so much more detail to the area. And we'll get the floors installed. This building reminds me of a witch's hat. There's Poseidon's building. We have another building on the side. Now, a little trick that I used to great advantage here was this is more of like a traditional build, right? Kind of squared off, something you might see in the real world, or at least in a spooky real world area. But to kind of have the glue between these two buildings that are more square, I built organic builds in the center. Think of it as like mortar in between two bricks. So kind of very squared off builds. And there's a very organic build in the center to fill in the gap. You can see this building is the same thing next to Poseidon's versus the witch's hat. So yeah, that was a really fun way. And things like this need more detail, right? That's a little bit plain over there. And you can see all these wonderful textures up in this building, little shutters that are closed or open. And yeah, I had an absolute blast playing this. Not bass, like a bass fish. I've had an absolute blast building this so far. And I'm actually 2 days in. I need to get a little more time tomorrow to finish this out, get the floor in, get these show scenes inside of their areas like over here. But I think it was a success in us trying to kind of de-stress, have some fun. And I hope so far it has been fun for you to watch this all come to be. We've got some fun things now to figure out to do for the floor and inside of those windows. And eventually, like I said, I kind of want to sell like black market stuff here, right? We just sell everything green, selling for cheaper. Just as a fun little troll, just a fun lighthearted troll. It'll be fun. All right, so I got to work on this floor and figure out what's going to go in these windows. The spooky back alley is now complete, and I'm super excited for you to see it. I have put in a lot of work into this, and I really, really hope that Green likes it too. Oh man, he's out of town right now, so when he gets back, oh, I'm excited for him to see this. The little transition alleyway here added some extra detail, like the dead coral there, some bars, some chains, and these walls to add a little extra depth. But you might have noticed that we now have an official floor and a meandering pathway that leads throughout the area. Now, there is at least 10 plus blocks that make up this floor, which I think is really cool because it adds so much depth. As this is kind of a old and grimy and grummy little area, so there's a lot of little cracks and crevices inside of the pathway. Speaking of grimy things, there are some fun things to be found in all of these windows. Oh gosh, oh, I am done with the moon, I'll tell you that right now. Oh my gosh, in our next episode we're packing our bags, we're getting the heck out of here to safer grounds. I don't trust anything around here. This place is ticking time bomb. Anyway, okay, where were we? We're doing a fun tour of the alleyway here. Anyway, so in each one of these little windows there are little surprises, like this one over here. You can't really see anything, and you walk a little closer and it's bam, spooky face. Bam, spooky face. I think that's really cool, right? It's just kind of like opaque, and then it's just bam, spooky face. Absolutely love it. This guy is peering down from above. And of course, we have some heads cooking over the fire there, looking super spooky. Have also another spooky thing, this door up there. Now, this cage here is very scary, but there is unfortunately nothing in there because I couldn't think of what to put in there. I was going to put the Jeb sheep in at one point, but I thought maybe that's too happy, you know, the rainbow sheep. But then I thought maybe that's a little too happy and might look better over at Grian's Magical Menagerie. But yeah, maybe we'll still put it there. I'm not 100% sure. But where I did finish a window was this one here with our books in the front and our bookcases. And I think the enchanter really adds a bit of kinetic energy and movement to the build, which I absolutely love. We got our dead coral around here. Lots of fun little things, and the barrels spilling out. And this little portrait up there, you see that? I really like that. It just looks like the monster's up in the window just ever so subtly. And then this building that is crumbling down, finished the back here, added the purple and the gold blocks from the nether just to add that extra little pop of color back there. And this, for whatever reason, has never oxidized. That's straight copper. It's not waxed. I checked. I don't know if copper can't be waxed underground or oxidized, that is. I'm not 100% sure, but it's still copper, and apparently it's gonna stay like that. Oh man, I had so much fun. Like, look at this. There's so many little things. Like, look at this head just peering down, watching you from above. And there are just so many fun and interesting little surprises, like the candles just floating. Like, you don't even notice them at first, and then when you see them, you're like, whoa, look at the candles floating up and around the area. Its colors all match the buildings. And yeah, man, I had an absolute blast putting this together, and I hope you guys were inspired and had a bunch of fun watching this, and hopefully Grian likes it. And yeah, in our next episode, as I said, we are getting out of here, or at least something to do with this moon we are going to fix. But until next time, this has been Good Times with Scar, and I always really appreciate you guys taking the time to watch videos. If you believe the video deserved a rating, that would be much appreciated. And until next time, we'll see you later. And don't subscribe, because you may just become scarred for life. Is that the moon?